There's this huge technological shift happening right now, kind of quietly, behind the scenes of our global economy. And it's in an industry that most of us don't think about every day, but we literally couldn't live without it. I'm talking about global shipping. So today, let's pull back the curtain and see how AI is building the smart fleet of tomorrow.
I mean, just think about it. Your phone, your sneakers, that coffee you had this morning, chances are all of it traveled across an ocean on a ship. And this gigantic industry is right in the middle of a triple revolution. It's this perfect storm of artificial intelligence, something called digital twins, and this massive global push to go green.
Okay, this might sound a little like sci-fi, but this question is really at the heart of the whole thing. What if you could create a perfect virtual copy of a huge supertanker, or even an entire bustling port? I'm talking about a copy so precise it could practically see the future, stop disasters before they happen, and slash its environmental footprint.
So let's dive into that idea. The first piece of this puzzle is a really cool concept called the digital twin.
Now, a digital twin, it's way more than just a fancy 3D model. Think of it like a living, breathing, virtual copy of a real ship or an engine or, heck, an entire port. It's constantly changing, constantly being fed real-time data, so it mirrors exactly what its physical twin is doing out there in the real world.
And this right here is a perfect example. On the left, you've got the real-world chaos of a busy port. But on the right, all that chaos gets organized into a clean, easy-to-understand digital dashboard. That's its digital twin. Operators can literally see every single crane, every container, and every ship all at once in real time.
So how does this whole thing actually work? Well, imagine a ship covered in hundreds of sensors. They're like the ship's nervous system. They're grabbing data on everything. Engine vibration, stress on the hull, you name it. And they're streaming it 24/7. All that data feeds the virtual model, and that's where the magic happens. Operators can run simulations like, what if we sail into a storm? Or what happens if we push the speed? They can test out all these scenarios and, this is the big one, predict when something's about to break before it actually does.
And this isn't just theory. It has a huge real-world impact. Get this, just last year, a major cruise line used a digital twin system to slash its unplanned downtime by up to 20%. 20%. And all they did was use vibration data to predict when engine parts might fail, so they could schedule maintenance before the ship broke down in the middle of the ocean. Pretty incredible.
All right, let's move on to the next big piece of this puzzle. If you think of the digital twin as the virtual body, then AI is the brain. It's what makes the whole thing intelligent.
For, centuries, ship captains have relied on paper charts and their own experience. AI route optimization is a total game changer. Instead of just looking at a static map, the AI is crunching thousands of real-time variables. We're talking weather patterns, ocean currents, even how backed up the destination port is. And it's constantly adjusting the route on the fly to be as efficient and safe as possible.
And wow, the results really do speak for themselves. We're seeing case studies where AI optimization leads to some pretty major savings across the board. Think a 12% drop in fuel consumption and getting to the destination 15% faster. That adds up to millions of dollars in savings and, just as importantly, a huge reduction in emissions. So why is all this tech so incredibly important right now? It's not just about the bottom line. It's not just about saving a few bucks. It's about facing one of the biggest challenges on the entire planet: climate change.
See, the global shipping industry is under a ton of pressure. The International Maritime Organization has set these really aggressive goals to cut greenhouse gas emissions. Basically, the whole industry has to innovate, and fast, or they're going to face some serious penalties. It's forcing this massive shift away from traditional fossil fuels.
And this push from regulators is sparking some incredible innovation. We're seeing companies pivot hard to alternative fuels, things like ammonia and hydrogen, and even experimenting with onboard carbon capture systems. But here's the thing. AI and digital twins are what make all these new, greener technologies actually work efficiently. They're the key. And really, that's the most important thing to remember. This isn't just about efficiency for the sake of profit anymore. Now, it's about efficiency for the planet. AI and digital twins are the tools that let these companies squeeze every last bit of energy out of every single drop of fuel. Doesn't matter if it's old-school bunker fuel or a new green alternative. It's what makes this whole green transition actually make financial sense.
Okay, so how does a huge shipping company actually start using all this stuff? It's not like they can just flip a switch. It definitely doesn't happen overnight. There's a pretty clear roadmap that everyone's following.
The industry leaders are all taking it step by step. Step 1, is getting the data. So, installing all those sensor networks and putting all that information in one place. Then comes step 2, building the brains of the operation, the AI models and the digital twins. And then the ultimate goal, step 3, is to put it all together to create these autonomous, super efficient green fleets.
And listen, this isn't just some vague plan for the distant future. Let's look at a really powerful example of where this is already becoming a reality today.
So just recently, in March of 2025, Singapore's Port Authority launched its first official maritime digital twin. We're talking about one of the busiest, most advanced ports on the planet, and they created a complete, functioning, virtual replica of their entire operation.
And their goal couldn't be clearer. They've said it's all about using this virtual model to make their operations safer, more efficient, and way more sustainable. It lets them do things like manage ship traffic perfectly, optimize where ships dock, and even game out scenarios like the future impact of rising sea levels.
What's really wild is the timeline. I mean, look at the speed of this innovation. They announced their big master plan in March 2024, and just 1 year later, boom, the digital twin was up and running. It just goes to show you how urgently the industry is moving toward these smart fleets we'll see in 2030 and beyond.
So here's the bottom line. The technology isn't coming soon anymore, it's already here. The digital twins, the AI captains, the blueprints for a greener fleet, it all exists right now. The only real question left is about scale and speed. How quickly can the rest of the world get on board and build it?